Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Florida Aviation Network. My name is Lori Bradner, and I am your host here, where we are broadcasting live and in the clear from Sun and Fun 52. We are definitely, most definitely, red, white, and blue in 52. And I can definitely say this week, we have had fun in the sun, to say the least. Beautiful weather. And yesterday, so excited to say, we actually reached capacity. So everybody is here at Sun and Fun. It's not too late to come out and see us today. I'm here today with one of our interns. Here at the Florida Aviation Network, we have the Tweet Coleman, Dr. Coleman Internship. And I would like to introduce to you Andrew Fournier. Andrew, welcome.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Now, I have to ask, Andrew, is this your first time on camera?
It is.
As a host?
It is.
Well, we are so excited, and here what we like to do is give our interns an opportunity to do all of the jobs for us. And so the first thing we have to do, Andrew, and I'm going to ask your help. First of all, tell us a little bit about where you go to school, what grade you're in, and something interesting about yourself.
Okay. I am in 8th grade, and I go to Randall Middle School. And something interesting about myself is I really like to build stuff with robotics. Like, I'm in a robotics group that Dr. Bradner coaches, and we do underwater robotics. And we build our own ROV, and we make modifications to it. And we take turns controlling it underwater at competitions. And it's really fun to do. It's really fun to figure out how it works and how we can fix it and make it better.
And Andrew is too humble to share and tell you, but tell him a little bit about where are you headed at the end of May? What did you win?
My team won regionals, so we're going to international competitions down near Washington, D.C.
Well, that's actually up, but that's okay. We'll get there. Absolutely. Well, the first thing that we need to do, Andrew, as a host, especially this morning, is our broadcast here and the Florida Aviation Network would not be possible without the people that support us, whether they're on the screen or behind the scenes. And these are our affiliates. So would you be willing today, would you go ahead and would you be willing, I'll start, and can we alternate? And can we give a shout out to the affiliates
That'd
this
be
morning?
great. That'd be awesome.
All right, here we go. So the first one we want to welcome and we want to say thank you to is Bill Stuhl and Joel Wiener. They're in Jacksonville with the Civil Air Patrol.
Next person is Terry Kurtz from South Lakeland, and they are joining us in the studio today.
Yes, and you know what, Andrew? We would be remiss if we did not give a shout out to Terry. Do you know that our very own Terry, who has spent tireless time here with us at FAN, is one of the Chairman Award winners?
Wow, really?
Yes, and she received that award. And may I tell you something special about that?
What?
1% of 1%. Think about that math, okay? I know you like math. 1% of 1% earned that award. And Terry, our very own Terry Kurtz, earned that award.
That is
this
incredible.
year. All right, so that's Terry Kurtz. Who's next?
Glenn Sims in Lakeland with the Civil Air Patrol.
Very good. And Paul Adrian and John Weber, they're in Leesburg with EAA Chapter 534.
Barbara Phillips in Orlando with the EAA Chapter 74.
And by the way, Barbara Phillips is one of my favorites, and she is an educator extraordinaire. And do you know that Mrs. Phillips does wonderful work with all of the teachers here? Because Sun and Fun isn't just for aviation enthusiasts. It's all about STEM and all about teachers, and
Right.
she's phenomenal. We'd also like to give a shout out and a special thank you to Robert Jex. He is from Palm Coast, the FAHS team program, manager emeritus, and now he is with our very own, you know Bob, our very own Florida Aviation Network.
Next up, we have Javier Calderon, FAHS team program manager with the Orlando FSDO.
And, of course, our very own Vicki Sherman, who is here in the studio with us. Thank you, Vicki, for all that you do in keeping us organized and keeping us in line. She's from Ormond Beach, and she is also with the Civil Air Patrol.
Keith Phillips in Spruce Creek with the EAA Chapter 288.
A special shout out to Joe Schmaltz in Titusville We're everywhere, Andrew. With
Yeah,
the
right.
EA Chapter 866.
Brenna Wright in Sanford with the Naval Air Station Sanford Informational Headquarters.
And of course, our very own Bill McClung in Tampa. He is with the National Aviation Safety Foundation. And guess what?
FAN.
He's also a member of FAN. Oh, yeah, absolutely. All the cool people.
Heck yeah. Michael Miner in Tampa with the Tampa FISDO.
And of course, Dennis Hayes in Fort Myers. Special shout out to you and to EAA Chapter 66.
William Billy Hadaway in Birmingham with the Birmingham FISDO.
And we've got Sam Gross with the Tampa FAHS team.
Barry Simmons with Inverse and the EA Chapter.
Yep, he is in Inverness.
1674.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I always, you know what? I always mess that up too. Don't worry, it's in Inverness. Yep. And of course, we've got Tommy Diedemann in Live Oak he's with the EAA chapter. So a lot of EEA chapters with 797.
John Licardi and Michael Ketchpaw in Fort Pierce with the EAA Chapter 908.
And of course, one of my favorites, a special shout out, Rob Williams. I want to say hello to you and a special shout out. He is in South Carolina with the Triple Tree Aerodrome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Laura Spaller in Orlando with Women in Aviation International.
We've got John Waymeyer and Cress Weiss in the Villages with the Villages. Did you know the Villages has an aviation club?
I did not.
How cool is that?
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
And he's in it?
Yes?
That's great.
Yeah.
Willis Reese in St. Petersburg with the Civil Air Patrol.
We also like to give a shout out to Stephen Arroyo in North Palm Beach County Airport, at the North Palm Beach County Airport, and Stephen Sinclair, president of EAA Chapter 203. I also want to give a shout out, and Andrew, we always want to say thank you to our networks that help us out, and they turn our signal for us so that we not only broadcast to the people here, but I don't want to make you nervous. Thousands of people, Andrew, thousands are watching you, including your mom. Give a shout out to Mom.
Hi, Mom.
All right. Also, we want to say thank you, those networks, the Aeronautical Proficiency Training and Wings Industry Network. And Andrew, I want you to know that we offer Wings credit for our programs. So there are individuals, if you go on our website, for the programs that they watch, thanks to our affiliates, they can get Wings credit.
That's awesome. And we're
Now,
glad to
Andrew,
get that.
I need your help again. Can
What's
you
up?
help me again?
Of course.
I understand that we've got one of your favorite people, and I know that he's great with students because he's a former teacher, but Dr. Bartuska. Can you go ahead and ask if Dr. Bartuska is ready to talk to us? You know, he's our weatherman.
Of course.
Can you go
Of
ahead and
course.
ask him if he's ready to talk to us?
Dr. Bertusca, you ready in the field?
Hey, this is Dr. Bartuska with the Florida Aviation Network, and I am ready. So, let's talk about today's weather picture, but first we need to read our little briefing. Weather briefings are usually based on departure time, an en route flight path, an en route destination, and anticipated possible deviation destinations. Today's briefing is a general look at Central Florida, the Southeast USA, and the contiguous USA in summary. As stated in the CFR, each pilot in command before beginning a flight shall become familiar with all available information concerning that flight. If you are planning either a VFR or IFR flight, please take the time to file a flight plan and to get an official standard weather briefing to get the complete weather picture for your specific flight. Thank you. Now let's take a look at what's happening around the country. We've been following this low pressure frontal boundary all the way across the United States all week here at Sun and Fun, and it's now on the verge of affecting us here in Florida. You can see later today we're expecting some precipitation, but it's, as you're going to see in the satellite, visible satellite imagery at the end here, it's now starting to cloud up all over the southeast. We're expecting some potential severe weather in the Texas area. You can see there's an intensive low building in Mexico and on into Texas, and there's some potentially severe weather expected up in the Great Lakes. Here that is accentuated a little bit more. You can see up there in Wisconsin and in the Upper Peninsula. And once again, that frontal boundary is going from Texas through Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia. There's evidently a break over Georgia, and then it's going to be on up into the northeast with some severe weather expected in New York again. And you can see down there in the Florida Keys, we're expecting some air mass thunderstorms, and we'll probably get some off the east coast of Florida also in the Miami area. And this is the Severe Storms Prediction Center. There's no real severe weather predicted today because most of that happened in the last 2 days. But you can see we're expecting some precipitation over Florida. For those of you who are here and planning to fly out of here today, be aware, once again, file a flight plan and get a standard weather briefing. Okay. Now here is the live radar. Remember, we can only get a radar return if there's precipitation happening right now. As the day goes on and the solar radiation picks up, there'll probably be a little more. But this shows you exactly what I just said. There's something happening in the lower Texas area through Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. There still is a little bit over Georgia, but it's not severe. But up in Albany, New York, and in New York, there's potential for some severe thunderstorms. And there's some remnants from during the week in Minnesota and Wisconsin and Iowa moving into the Great Lakes area. And there is a storm system building off the northwest, off of Washington and Oregon, if you're heading that direction. Here's the 500 millibar chart at 18,000 feet. 18,000 feet, and you can see that trough that I've been talking about that was off the west coast is now moved in over the center part of the United States. That is a potential driver for severe weather in the northeast. Remember, when we get a trough, on the eastern side of a trough, we tend to have extreme low pressure, and when that's associated with a cold front, we can have very severe weather like we had in the 1974 severe tornado outbreak and the 1965 tornado outbreak. But most of that weather has now passed through us, and I don't expect anything like that anymore this week. And here is the ceiling and visibility from the FAA Aviation Weather Service. Aviation Weather Center. You can see that they're looking at convective and IFR weather in Texas, on into New Orleans, and on into Louisiana, Mississippi, and then of course up there in New York, and that little thing in Minneapolis moving into Wisconsin. There are no tropical cyclones or hurricane development in the Caribbean at this time. This is from the National Hurricane Center. This is the real-time weather radar in the southeast of the Florida Peninsula, and you can see this frontal boundary is finally moving towards us. Okay. And here is the visual radar, satellite data right now. You can see we're getting some extensive cloud cover over the Florida Peninsula. So if you are here at Sun and Fun and getting ready to leave or planning to leave, keep in mind that that's going to affect your flight. And once again, you can see there are storms moving in on the northwest up in Washington and Oregon, and that weather system up in Minnesota, Wisconsin, all that's moving to the east in the Great Lakes area. And you can see the intensive tops of the thunderstorms over New York. Okay, so that's a look at our weather, and if you've been with us all week, we've been trying to profile the weather situation across the United States and the Florida Peninsula for all the people who've flown in for the Sun and Fun fly-in and who are turn around, have to fly out again, and how that might impact the air shows. We've had beautiful weather all week for the air shows. Today we've got some altocumulus clouds and some high altitude clouds. Not sure how many are there going to be when it gets to be air show time this afternoon, but it's just been a beautiful week to have a fly-in.
Dr. Barteska, thank you. You are a walking encyclopedia of weather knowledge. From 1974, that's absolutely right. Dr. Barteska, I know that at Florida Aviation Network, Andrew and I were talking, we were seeing that front come in, and we know that unfortunately, this is the last day of Sun and Fun. Do you have an estimated time? I wasn't clear. I know that you're in the field. I heard some planes. I know there's planes behind you. An estimated time when you think that front will come in? Because I know a lot of our general aviation pilots are actually going to be leaving today. So is there any word of advice, anything from a weather perspective that just one more caution, because we know in aviation, when in doubt, don't, right? So is there any word of caution or any time frame that you have?
Well, as you saw in the radar plot in the state of Florida, the frontal boundary weather right now is just coming into the Florida Panhandle. So I don't expect any of that to affect us until late tonight or tomorrow. But our local weather forecasts are not indicating any precipitation, so maybe they think it's going to skirt on up the East Coast and dissipate. So as long as they get out of here today, they're mainly going to be dealing with clouds unless they're flying through it. And a reminder, airborne weather radar is not designed to help you avoid severe weather. It's not designed to help you go through severe weather. It's designed to help you to avoid severe weather. So make sure you get that and make sure you deviate around any cells, any convective activity that might be happening up there.
Dr. Barteska, thank you so much. We sure appreciate you. And thank you for being our weather guy and being on standby out in the field for us each day today. We couldn't do it without you, Dr. Barteska, our very own Florida Aviation Network weatherman.
Exactly. He's amazing. He's amazing.
He is amazing. He is amazing. So thank you so much. Well, Andrew, we've got a few more minutes, and I want to talk a little bit with you about your experiences here at Florida Aviation Network, because you have been one of our interns for the Tweet Coleman internship. And tell us a little bit about some of the things that you've done here. And how's it been? Don't forget you're on the air. I'm just kidding.
It has been amazing. Plenty of learning opportunities. Even if you don't like going out and doing stuff, you can still find things to do even if you're not working cameras or you're not doing transitions. There are so much stuff that goes on, not just being up here or being on cameras, but behind the desk. There's the switcher, so you can switch the cameras. So there's the camera that I'm on, there's the camera that's both of us. That's not one big camera. There you go. It's not one big camera. There's someone that functions switching them, and that's something that I've gotten to do and learn. And the people behind there will also help you, and they're very kind. And they really do help you. So it's amazing. Great learning opportunities.
Now, I understand, Andrew, that you had time yesterday as well to go out in the field. So that's also part of what we get to do. And of course, during the year, we're in our studios, right? Mm-hmm. So we're in our studios in Orlando where we're doing plane time. And I know that you were involved there. But you got to go out in the field. Tell us about, because you brought back some footage that would rival some of our, no offense, but would rival some of our best photographers. So what did you get to see out there?
So for Sun and Fun, every year the big demo team switched. This year they had the Thunderbirds, who fly F-16s. They're usually F-16 singles, but from what I've gathered, they have one or two F-16 doubles, which are a different model. Same kind of plane, just 2 seats. And they do a ton of tricks flying up to 18 inches apart from each other, wing to wing. And I got down on the taxiway, front row, and I got to watch them do their job and demo the planes and represent the Air Force.
And Andrew, I believe that what we're looking at in B-roll, this is the footage that you took, is it not?
This is the footage I took. This is the footage I took.
So you are not only good in front of the camera, you're great behind the camera, and you're a great photographer.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And I know that we're going to get a chance to go out later. Andrew, if you had an opportunity, I know that we've only got about a minute left. Mm-hmm. What is it that you would tell someone that might be interested in doing the internship with FAN? Do you have any words of advice or anything that you would say about our Tweet Coleman internship with Florida Aviation Network?
I would say to give it a shot, even if you don't think you'd like it very much. If aviation isn't your thing, it's not just about aviation. It's about learning how to use cameras, switchers, soundboards, everything technical. If you like technical things, this could even be something for you, even, like I said, if you don't like aviation.
Awesome. Andrew, I want to just thank you for being on camera with me today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
I want you to know that I'm going to drop the mic because you're better than me. So we always hire up. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you so much.
And it has been an honor
Thank you.
to share the camera with you.
Thank you.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lori Bradner, and this is
Andrew Fournier.
And we are with the Florida Aviation Network. We are here at Sun and Fun 52. Come see us today.